So this is Grace. She has been training with us for, how long have you been coming?
Since September last year, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So almost a year.
Almost
about
a
9
year.
months or something.
Yeah.
Cool. And we're just going to have a little chat about the results that she's had and maybe some advice that she can give any girls who are sort of looking to get some of the results that Grace has enjoyed. So Grace, how many days per week would you say you strength train?
So I would strength train 5 to 6 days per week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Just mixing of, I think, about 3 days bottom, like lower body, and 2 days upper body, and our Saturdays, which are always good, which is just all over.
A bit more cardio.
Yeah.
So what is your favourite lift?
You can't go past a squat. Love a good squat.
Back squat?
Back squat, yeah. But I do also, I'm starting to really enjoy bench as well, which I feel like isn't really classified as a female lift, but I do really enjoy it. It's quite satisfying.
Yeah, that's good. I think girls typically move away from bench because we're generally not that strong in our upper bodies, and so we don't get that much enjoyment from it because we're usually feeling pretty weak in that range. Is the back squat also your heaviest lift? So what's your heaviest?
Heaviest would be my deadlift.
Your deadlift?
Yeah.
And what's that?
105.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's good.
Back squat's not too far away. It's like 95.
Yeah, it's close. It's getting
Soon.
there. So that's pretty heavy.
Yeah.
For you, like
Yeah.
it's like 105. It's 1.5 times body weight.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
good.
Definitely. Pretty solid.
Yeah. What is the biggest positive that you've noticed since strength training?
Just definitely more confidence within myself, but not only that, just the friendships I've formed around strength training as well. Being around other women that are like-minded in that sense, it's very encouraging, it's very positive environment to be in. Definitely probably my favourite sport I've done so far, but yeah.
Yeah, cool. That's good. So a little bit of self-confidence and stuff.
Yeah, for sure, definitely.
That's good. Did you have any aches or pains or anything like that before you started strength training, and have they gone now?
Yeah, I had a previous injury from a few years back in my right glute, and whenever I would do exercise or play touch footy or whatever, it would always flare up. But now that I'm in strength training, I can feel it's a lot stronger, and I don't have those little niggles as much anymore.
Cool. That's good.
Yeah.
Just getting stronger overall is always good. How often would you do cardio, like HIIT or any of those traditional forms of cardio?
Look, I'm not a cardio fan. Only a couple days a week for a small block at the end of my strength training session.
Maybe like 5 or 10 minutes at
Yeah,
the end?
yeah. I don't actually just have like a cardio session. If it is, it's going for a run, which is every couple of weeks or so.
Yeah. So you're predominantly doing strength training over cardio. Yeah. That's good. I want you to run us through a typical day's food, like how much food you would eat. Don't worry about calories or anything like that, but just like what you eat and when you eat it.
Okay, so I normally train in the morning. So I'll get here, train, I'll get home, I'll have protein shake.
You train early, hey? Like 5:40?
5:40 till about 7:30ish, around that. Then I'll go home, have a protein shake, I always have eggs, fruit shakes.
Good.
Love it. Eggs on
Eggs
toast.
are the best.
Yeah, for breakfast.
Nutritionists will vouch for that.
And then I'll have another snack around 9 o'clock. That would be any like nuts, muesli bars, or anything like that.
So a bit of fat.
Yeah, and then I have when I'm at work, I'll have another break, which is about 10:30ish, depending when I'm working. But I'll have like yogurt, muesli, chia seeds, kind of something like that. Then for lunch, I just try to have anything protein based, some meat and rice or something like that. Yeah. And then I do snack in the afternoon a fair bit. I'm always eating, always snacking. But I just try to make healthy choices. I don't have a strict eating plan, just an educated guess of what.
And you're focusing a lot on your protein?
Yeah, a lot of protein intake, even my carbs, because I'm training a lot. I need my energy, kind of. So I'm not shying away from any, solid foods or anything.
Yeah. And do you restrict yourself, like, do you allow yourself to eat chocolate or chips when you feel like them? Yeah. That's good. Yeah.
No. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, no, I'm not that strict. I'm trying to bulk, so I'm like, anything and everything, really. Yeah, all the food's mine.
Since you've been strength training, your weight has gone up, right? Like the number on the scales.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
Well, for me, I love it. I love seeing it go up because that just means, well, to start with, weight moves weight as well. So if I see I'm putting on weight, it's not even weight, because the way I'm training is muscle. I know I'm putting on muscle. It's not all fat, but obviously some fat's going to come with that as well, like with weight gain. But I love it. I like seeing the scale go up. I think because I was so little for so long, and now I've found this passion that is like a little cheer for me every time I do see it go up a bit. So yeah.
That's so good. It's so awesome. Yeah. Like it's so good to see a healthy relationship with the number on the scale because and it's often women, but men as well, get a bit caught up in the number on the scale when, like you say, you're putting on muscle and weight moves weight. So it's a good thing. Like it's nothing to be afraid of.
No, not at all. No, it's good. I really enjoy it. That's like one of my little mini goals that I have set all the time is that extra kilo or extra 2 kilos until I'm at that pretty comfortable weight that I would like to maintain, but I'm still a little bit off that. Yeah. It takes time though. It takes a lot of time.
It does take a long time. Although your results have happened pretty quickly. Like, you know, initially since you started training in September, you've had some pretty insane results, which obviously comes down to your training intensity or your training at the right. You know, you're not coming to the gym and just hoping for results. You're coming in and you're putting in the work, and then not only that, but you're feeding your body and you're nourishing yourself, which is what's going to lead to the results that you get, basically. You can train hard and not eat enough, and you're just not going to have the energy to sustain training hard, you know, so.
And I have felt like that before as well, some weeks where I've trained 5 to 6 days and I'm like, wow, no, that really got to me, and I will readjust. I'll have a look at what I've eaten that week, my food intake, and I'll probably, most of the time I'm eating more.
And most women do typically, and myself included some days, it's just like, you know, you just don't eat enough, and you can tell, definitely. And it's another thing, you know, tracking calories isn't for everyone, and it's not awesome, but what gets measured gets managed. And so like if you know what you're eating and how you're feeling, then you can adjust it and you know, work towards your goals that way.
Even with tracking, I know I tracked for a while, like a few months, but once you've done it for a few months, you get a good idea of what you need to be having. You don't need to track all the time then.
That's it. But to begin with, if you don't know how many calories are in a certain food, then how are you supposed to know if you're hitting your goals for fat loss or muscle gain or whatever it is, you know? So that's really good. What is your biggest advice to girls who are looking to start strength training? That are a bit scared, maybe.
Yeah, you've just got to get into it. The scariest part is starting. Like, as soon as you get over that initial fear of like, I don't know, I guess you still go to gyms. Like I've gone to a gym like my friend goes to, and the girls in there, they're not lifting heavy, they're just doing little things, so it can be quite confronting going into a gym. I got so many stares when I was doing bench press in the gym, and I was like, oh my gosh. Yeah, but it's like, well, no, that's what works. That's it's proven. It works for me, definitely. So you just got to get into it. Find a gym, find some friends even that want to get into it with you, and definitely. The scariest bit starting. Once you get over that, it's all fun from there.
And like Globo gyms and commercial gyms can be daunting. Like, you know, I know what I'm doing, and I've walked into some of them and I'm like, oh my God.
I still do it. I hate going into those types of gyms still. But it is, once you do have the knowledge, you definitely feel a lot more confident though.
Yeah, for sure. And don't be scared of lifting heavy.
Yeah, no, that's where the gains come.
Yeah, exactly. Biggest advice to those girls who are scared of gaining weight? So maybe someone that was in the position like you were and you were looking to get a little bit stronger and stuff. Obviously, when you're quite thin and you want to get stronger, you're going to be putting on muscle, which weighs weight. So the number will go up. So what's your biggest advice to sort of getting past that?
Look, if you get that worried about it, I would say just get rid of the scales. Don't even look at the scales. You can get a healthy idea from just looking in the mirror. You don't need to be judging yourself on a number on a scale.
Yeah, for sure. That's good.
For so long, I was pretty obsessed with just that weight gain thing but it does take time. And if you're looking at it every day, your weight changes every single day. You can judge by looking at yourself, for sure. Yeah.
I think you can also judge by how you're feeling in the gym.
Yeah.
You know, like I can always tell if I haven't eaten enough because the weight that felt all right yesterday might suddenly feel a hell of a lot heavier. And it's like you got to look at what you've eaten, how you've slept, and you know, everything else.
Yeah, there's a lot of factors that come into it. Even drinking enough water and like sleeping and food, all matters.
And especially being female too, your weight can fluctuate throughout your cycle without you even changing anything. Your weight can fluctuate. So
I got my period yesterday. I weighed myself the day before. I was about 30. Oh yeah, 63.8. But then I had my period. I weighed myself. I was 65.1, and I was like, oh yeah.
And so if you were, you know, emotionally influenced by that number on the scale going up, that could could be detrimental to your mental health for that day or weeks, and it could potentially put you into not a very good place long term.
Yeah. I feel like if you don't have that healthy relationship with scales, you just get rid of them.
Yeah, for sure, definitely, and just put in the work in the gym and eat good food. Last question. Your biggest advice to girls who are afraid of eating more, so adding calories. I know that for a long time, and I'm a bit older than you, so I've seen it for a long time, it was 1,200 calories across the board. Everyone, 1,200 calories. Like, what the hell is that? You know? So, and then how many, you probably eat over 3,000 calories a day?
I aim to, yeah.
Yeah.
Anything over 3,000.
Right, so that's more than double on what a lot of girls still, for some reason, decide that that's the number they have to eat. Like, we all have different bodies, different energy levels, different movement throughout the day, different metabolism. So your biggest advice to someone to just increasing the calories, what would you say?
Don't expect to increase your calories overnight too. Like if you are eating 1,200 calories a day, eating 3,000 calories is going to be so confronting, and you're probably going to feel sick too. It's a lot of food, but just take it slow. Like if you're still eating 1,200, eat that for the week and then slowly up your calories. I think that's the most comfortable way to do it, and get comfortable with the amount of food you're eating as well. Because I know that when I was eating like nothing, like I would barely eat all day, to doing my research and seeing how much food I need to be eating, I was like, holy shit, that's a lot of food. And then almost put you off because you're like, I don't even think I can do that. But what worked for me was each week being like, okay, I'm going to add an extra snack meal here and here or something.
It's for sure.
Yeah.
And like, you know, once you start strength training as well, you're probably going to be more hungry, and the key is to feed yourself with the good foods that's going to help you build muscle, so that's the protein, obviously, and then carbs for energy. So just looking at whole foods rather than getting things out of packets and things like that, and it's very hard to actually get overweight if you're eating proper whole foods.
I've actually found a love for eating healthy and going to the markets and buying whole foods, and it's a whole lifestyle change. It is. Yeah, you feel so much better. That's all for sure.
Do you have anything else to add before we go and do some squats?
Okay, squats. No, I just think my biggest advice is the scariest part is getting into it. I think just taking that first step. It is a lifestyle change, and you just got to get into it. I know it's scary. It sounds to say that, but once you're in it, it's so good. It's such a good environment. So strong women are the best women to be around.
Definitely. Yeah. It's so good having to only do one trip with the groceries.
Yes.
Actually.
No back and forth to the car.
And moving house, we've moved house so often, and I have been able to help my partner move heavy things like fridges and stuff. And I just think if I didn't have any strength, this would suck.
Yeah, for sure. It helps your everyday life. That's for sure. Just any jobs, any work, and especially if you are sitting at a desk or something, having that extra exercise to do. But not only that, for me, I work in childcare, so I'm always lifting up children, moving furniture, doing all that kind of thing, and it helps so much.
Yeah, you're just not cooked at the end of the day.
No, I've got energy. Yeah, it's really good.
So good. All right, let's go do some squats. Yay.
Up, 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 up.